Oh, the hairs and things.
Are we live?
Yes, we are live.
Oh, we are live. Hi, everybody.
I thought you knew we were live. We are
Surprise!
live. Woo!
It's Monday night. We actually made it.
Welcome to Mickey Sightings Monday Night News and Views. Tonight's going to be more views and
There's really not a lot
of news in the world of Walt right now.
It's really, really slow.
Yeah, it seems like everything that is out there is a little controversial, maybe.
Yeah.
So anyway, but we are here tonight. So.
And we're glad that you're here with us.
Hey, the real Rosie Wren's Nation for Life and Forever is in the house, and Frankie with Just Another Disc Nerd is in the house as well.
And
Good
Monarch
evening.
Moments
Monarch
is here,
Moments
and Greg is here.
Yay.
Great to see everybody.
Good to see you guys. We were supposed to start at 8. That didn't happen. We moved the announcement to 9, and we're still going to have to kind of cut it a little short because we had a kitchen glitch.
Have you ever been cooking in a pressure cooker, an instant pot kind of idea? And it lost evidently a part of its lid, pressurized something, but it boiled all the water out. So
while you were cooking, stuck to the bottom of the pot.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that's what we had happen tonight. So
you would think.
We have cooked with this pot. I don't know how many times.
Years and years and years.
For some reason tonight,
it wasn't an instant pot. It was a form of before instant pot.
Instapot. Now we have the food in the Instapot. So when you hear the timer go off, if you hear it in the live stream, then it's dinner time.
Dinner time.
So and it's only 9 o'clock. So hey,
it's summer.
It's a summer dinner.
It's summer. The sun just went down here, so.
But it is great to see you guys tonight, and just some of the little headlines have been popping up out. Okay, I think we're back.
All right.
If any of you have Windstream, you feel our pain. Windstream is the absolute worst internet on the planet.
Okay. At least where we live.
At least where we live. So anyway, we have rebooted the router 3 times, and so we'll see how it holds this time.
Send some pixie dust. Fingers and toes crossed.
But it's so welcome to Mickey Zotti's again. Thank you for being here tonight. And so anyway, we're got a few things to talk about.
Yeah.
A few little odds and ends. It's kind of from the headlines today.
All right. So who got in on the annual pass holder preview days?
Yeah. Who actually made it?
We didn't.
We did not, and I don't think Greg did either. From Expedition Greg, I don't think he got in there either.
Yep.
And
the hitchhiking bones. Oh, I love it.
Thank you. Yes, Rising Moons travelers, exactly.
To the spires.
To the spires. We'll take it. But yeah, we went on, which of course we did not go on first thing this morning. We just never do.
And it wasn't actually here. It wasn't until like 11 o'clock.
Yeah, something like that.
And it was kind of like out of the blue, but.
We didn't get an email or anything.
There have been some people who were like, yeah, we got an email, we got a link. And then there are a lot of people that were like, no, we didn't get anything. We just we're watching it.
Neither one of we have separate emails in our accounts. And we each have an email, and neither one of us got an email about it coming. So we were like an hour late, I guess, getting in.
No, we were about 20 minutes.
About 20 minutes?
About 20 minutes we tried, and it's like,
So we were in there, and it says, please wait, thank you for your patience. And 10 minutes later, it comes up and says, all spots are full. So
thank you for trying.
So anyway, there we have it. So we will not be doing annual pass holder preview. And
right now we have not signed up we haven't reserved a park for any days.
No, we're really
still praying about it and watching numbers in Florida, and
which are continuing to rise.
And
they're continuing to rise in our area too, which is a very rural area, but our numbers are rising.
And part of our hesitation is also that we live a little bit over 3 hours away, and we have done the trip down, do a park, come home the same day, and that's a really long day. And while it would be wonderful to do that, it takes some of the magic out of it. When you're getting home at 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning and just collapsing into bed because you met yourself coming and going. Yeah. And we're not really all that interested in staying at a hotel yet. So. Yeah. So we're really kind of, anyway, we'll get to Disney when we get there. Of course, our passes renew on the 15th of next or 13th of next month. And it's kind of like, are we even going to when are we going to be able to use our passes? So it's kind of an interesting debacle for everyone, all of us, not just us, but a lot of our Disney fandom and our Disney YouTube family ought to be a part of. So, but Disney is doing a really good job, though. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure about this reservation system. I'm not going to give them kudos on the reservation system yet. Well, I know in a way it's frustrating, but how else are you going to do the park at 30%? Well, not the system, but I don't know. It just seems like there was a lot of people. I don't know. It seemed like it filled up really fast. It doesn't seem. I mean, you think of the number of pass holders, of annual pass holders, and 2 parks, which is half the number of parks, and only 2 days. They gave more preview to Galaxy's Edge. Yes. Than they did to the actual park reopening. So anyway, I think, and I think that everybody, this is the crush to get back. I think too, Hitchhiking Bones, a lot of people are seeing how the opening is going to go as well. I really am not that. I was not, and we really didn't shoot to be there on the opening day. Not really. Not really. No. I mean, would have been kind of neat, maybe from a vlogger perspective, but I don't know. There's just so many uncertainties. Now, if we live down there or right around the area, like Susie's family, that'd be one thing. But could go for a few hours and then be back at my own house. Yeah. Or in a place that I felt like it was clean and safe. Hey, Noah, good to have you with us tonight. But yeah, it's a total trip commitment. Yes. Even though we live here in Florida, it's still a total trip commitment to make it a go. And hey, Greg, good to see you. We were actually talking about you just a second ago that I don't think you were able to get into the preview days either. So preview days. Neither did we. But I know Greg did get into reservation system.
and he's going to be able to be down there. So we're going to have some vlogs coming from Greg.
We sat on the reservation system for over an hour the other day.
Each of us, two different times.
And didn't end up with dates. But once again, this is, I think, the crush to get back in. And then if we're just patient and we let Disney do its thing and kind of get that first initial everybody wants to go, then I think it will lengthen out. And especially since it's summer right now, we might go down.
We go during the summer, later. Obviously. Like we try to be down there for, we just did a overnight run last year for 4th of July. But we prefer the fall.
Yes.
Which I know a lot more people are.
So much better.
Frankie
and Christmas is so much cooler. And actually, my favorite time is more like in the January, February time.
Yeah.
Because it's after all the excitement and magic and amazing Christmas season. And then you get to the new year, and then after, February, March, and it's kind of like, I just need a little Disney.
So we want to welcome in Dances with Goofy. Good to have you guys with us tonight. And Frankie too said that when she was living in South Florida, it was a lot easier to kind of be able to do trips like that. 3 hours one way. That doesn't sound long because I know some of you guys are like many hours.
Yeah.
And a lot of our folks, on our channels are many hours away. But even 3 hours, because you can't do a plane, can't do a train, so it's a car.
Well, and where we are, it's 2 hours to the nearest international airport. So if you're going to drive 2 hours to get on a plane to get to Orlando, you might as well drive 3 hours to Orlando and have your car.
Yeah.
So it's not like we could, grab a cheap Southwest or what's the the bargain airlines. We don't know. We don't fly.
We haven't flown since 2000. But Greg's actually said he's going to be streaming for Magic Kingdom on opening day, which would be really, really cool.
That'd be fun.
If you see me looking down, I'm trying to read chat, and because you remember, guys, everything is different. Our setup right now is different, so the computer is sitting on the piano bench, so it's really low.
If I'm looking down, I'm actually looking here at my phone because that's where chat is, and I have bifocal contacts, so it's kind of like.
Frankie said they say they're planning on selling regular tickets later this year, so they hope things can get back to normal sooner than later. Yeah, exactly. Yes. And Hitchhiker Bone says they're not going to be able to go until 2021. They aren't selling tickets. We're just about to buy APs when the virus hit. Yeah, good thing you didn't. Because being a pass holder, and we've always been platinum, which means we have no blackouts. Well, now there's no such thing as blackout, non-blackout, because it's a reservation system.
It's a reservation system now.
So a lot of that, our platforms are going, okay, what are you going to throw in there, Disney, to make this worth the money? Because
you can't park hop. No, and that's part of the other thing between platinum and gold is the ability to park hop, no blackouts, and now it's a reservation system. And I guess in a way, being platinum still means that there's no blackouts to the reservation system. Whereas gold would be that there are blackouts to certain
But you could have a platinum pass and not be able to go. And that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money. I mean, we really have to budget that in, especially after last year's price hike for everybody. Unfortunately, no Disney until 2021 for Frankie either. It's heartbreaking, but now we aren't allowed to go to Florida anyway, according to our governor.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. And you don't want to, honestly.
And you don't want to come.
I'll be honest with you. I would not be in Florida right now. We're rocking 9,000 cases a day. I wouldn't come to Florida if I would not risk.
Well, we live in Florida, and we go to town like once a week. We wear our masks.
Yep.
We use hand sanitizer after every single.
Out. You don't dawdle.
And we
go
have
in, go what you want, and out.
4 stores that will go in, and and that's it.
Yeah. And it's just
we now know people,
Lena,
who have COVID-19.
Yeah.
And
my best friend's family, his aunt has it now, and his brother has it.
Yeah.
And they're
while they're not hospitalized, they are
symptomatic,
and the symptoms are not fun either.
It's all digestive stuff, fever, and
you
can't
know
hardly
how
get
that
out of
just
bed.
makes you feel ick.
Yeah.
So it's like Disney magic, yes. COVID-19, not so much.
Not so much. I don't want to risk being sick for 2 months.
2 months.
Just to say I went to Disney. So just way too many people yet, way too much. I know Greg and I were talking on Instagram the other night about it, and I was like, we'd love to come on down. I'd love to be down there, but it's just, there's so much uncertainty
Well, and I'd
right
be
now.
really curious to see next month when they do open, how conscientious people are of wearing masks, of using hand sanitizer, of not touching every little last thing, which, you know, you can't live in fear, but you can live smart. And I think that that's kind of the key is living smart and staying the course and just being intelligent about your choices and seeing how people in a crowd react to the conditions that Disney has set forth. So
Yes.
I'm kind of
Ron
interested
is like,
to see that.
lives mostly around CDC folks, so there's none in their immediate area. But once you go out a few miles,
Mhm.
and that's the thing. And we're in a very rural area, but our county is exploding with this stuff because we have two larger employment centers, and when it went into those areas, it has just gone like wildfire. And so we're at 433 cases today for our county, which for us, that's 1 in every 100 people.
Yeah.
So we're not.
We're there. We're getting
we're getting there. We've had 20 deaths. We've actually had more deaths in our county than all the surrounding counties because we have a lot of seniors in our population too. So you know, we just have to be very, very careful. And my mom she's 80. She'll be 80 in August. So you know, she lives in the retirement community, which we can't go in there. So we don't want her to get sick. So we don't want to try to be around her, even if we could visit a short period of time. Yeah.
Ready, Set, Autism.
Yay! Hey guys, I still got, maybe tomorrow I'll wander over to our post office if they're open.
During their magic hours.
See, our post office is a post office, but it's not actually run by the Postal Service. So they open kind of like however and whenever they want to, and anyway. So just Frankie said, I'm a Floridian, can't get home to visit. She said, that's why I said I'm not living in fear. I go out, I go shopping, but I wear my mask and sanitize. But to be fair, I always have had my hand sanitizer on me anyway because I've always hated germs. Yeah, and we've always been cautious like that too. So a lot of this is not new stuff for us either. No. The mask definitely is.
In fact, don't tell her I told you, but Rebecca actually had a little bit of an issue at school last year with her hand sanitizer because she loves Bath and Body Works hand sanitizers.
She's a little germaphobe.
And so she was hand sanitizing often. And if you know, a lot of those are very strong, and people in a classroom with 25 other kids, it's, you know, all kinds of odors, and it was a little overpowering, let's just say. But we were like, yes, we understand. And she understood too. So we just switched to non-scented.
Non-scented. Well, Rhonda said, I was shopping for clients, but I called a halt because the stores they wanted weren't taking any precautions. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of that in Florida. We're seeing a lot of that here is willy-nilly.
I think people have gotten tired of staying the course.
I guess
they've gotten to where they're like
okay,
they've been doing
now
it
for a year or something.
It's time to be done.
It's been a long time. It's been a while, but it certainly has not been a long time, or honestly, in the scheme of things. But you would think it had been a year, you know. But if they keep this up, it will be a year, 18 months of all this extra stuff.
And Ready, Set, Autism, it is an interesting setup with the post office. But the retirement community that we live near is the oldest retirement community in Florida.
Yep.
And so they have things set up from eons ago.
They own the building that the post office is in. So the post office is there with the post office boxes, and they get the mail delivery. But the person that works the post office is not a postal worker. They work for the retirement community.
Yeah. So, I mean, they set this up, you know, back in the horse and buggy days.
It's been like forever.
And that's just how it is. And that's just how it was. And, you know, so it's kind of neat. And it does afford some really interesting amenities. But then at the same time, you just have You just learn to work with the quirks.
Yeah, Disney Publix is doing very, very well with keeping it up. So yeah, that's where we
Yes.
go. And
Yes.
our Winn-Dixie is the same
It's
way.
very
Our
good.
Winn-Dixie is very, very good as well. And even several of the employees at Winn-Dixie told me that for the employees, they started early on with masks and sanitizer and all of that. So that was really good.
Shields and stuff.
And Frankie said you get in trouble if you don't wear a mask in New York. Well, and our governor in Florida will not make mask wearing mandatory. Our county was voting on it last week and they tabled it. So
Yeah.
I wish they would, because that is kind of the
Well,
only way to
and
get
once
people to do it
again,
sometimes.
That's a highly
Yes, it
controversial
is.
topic. People feel like it's their right to
Welcome
choose.
in, Disney. Ever good to have you with us. Great channel. Will Disney delay opening?
I don't think that they're actually going to delay it. I really don't.
I don't think
I know
they will.
Disneyland did, but I think Disney World is just a much bigger machine. And once you set those wheels in motion, I think that unless there is something, I almost hate to say the word, don't want to speak it into being, but unless there's something almost catastrophic, I don't think they will. I think that they
Yeah,
have really,
I think they have enough stuff in place.
right.
I think opening some of the resorts was smart. I know it was DVC, but to kind of open the valve a little bit, so to speak. And one of the big differences between, honestly, and don't want to get political, but there I go, the difference between California and Florida are the governors. The governor in California has been very kind of, guys do this, but we got to be really cautious. Our governor has said keep businesses open. I'll do anything to keep businesses open. So he has told Disney, roll with it. And then Orange County in Orlando has said, maybe not. But then they kind of got some pressure from the governor too, and they kind of backed off of Disney because they were kind of not real excited either, maybe reopening yet because of the number of cases that they've been having in the last 2 weeks. But I think our governor is really pushing it, and I think it will happen. I absolutely think it will happen.
I do.
Yep.
I really do. I think the wheels are turning. I think Disney
Name on our
is
moments.
keeping a check valve on it. And I think that might also be part of I haven't heard an official percentage of attendees. It's not like when, help me, Hong Kong opened.
Which
Which
one?
one?
Tokyo.
Tokyo. When Tokyo opened, they
Yep.
said 30%. That's what we're doing. 30%. I haven't heard that from Florida. So I think that that's kind of an internally known percentage, but I don't think they're putting it out because you can go and look up what the park capacity is
Yeah.
and say, oh, well,
Well, Ready Set Autism Fans said from inside sources they've heard they're opening no matter what. And Hitchhiking Bones exactly right. Governor DeSantis said that he will not block the Walt Disney World reopen. Nope, he is not. As a matter, I think he would open it himself if he could. But yeah, I agree too that I trust that Disney will take every precaution for cast members and guest safety. And one of the things I saw on one of the news things today was that cast members are starting to wear face shields.
yes.
And
See a lot more
and that might be a little bit
face
more,
shields
make
more
a
than
little more
masks.
sense
Mhm.
because they say they're a little cooler about allowing air in too. I don't know, but I don't
course.
think anything's cool.
Of course,
but,
if you're letting air in, that's kind of,
yeah, I know. Yeah,
And
yes,
honestly,
that's right. It's all about the money at the end of the day.
Frankie, you're right. It is about the money at the end of the
And
day.
politics. Yeah.
But we also have to remember that there were a lot of cast members, and we talked about this even into last year. A lot of the cast members were college program.
Oh yeah,
And now there's not college program anymore.
yeah. I'm curious to see how just the basic things are going to run.
So
Without that
you're
huge volume
talking
of people.
about actual staff cast members.
Well, and even at Epcot, you have the equity. You still have equity cast members, but you don't have most of the foreign
Right.
cast members because
Right.
they're still in their home countries
And you're right.
and
They
can't
can't
come back
come.
in, or they can't leave, or can't come in.
And that's going to be really interesting
Yeah.
when you open Epcot on, what is it, the 15th?
And especially for Food and Wine to go forward
Right.
That's wow.
Right.
That's pretty crazy.
That's kind of crazy. So it's going to be interesting. I think though, just knowing that you can go, and of course, the people who are there and vlogging their channels are probably going to explode, just because everybody is so hungry for a taste of Disney again.
Garrett, no, as far as we know, nobody is sick of COVID in our church. Praise the Lord.
Praise God.
And we're still
Yes.
doing everything virtual. We were looking at starting back just morning worship on the 12th of July, but I think it'll probably now move to August, because we're seeing too many cases, and we have a lot, because again, being in a retirement community area, we have a lot of seniors in our church, and I don't want them to come to church. I don't want them. I mean, stay home, be online. I don't want them to be exposed to it, and we don't want to be. And I have to have a staff there at the church too to even make it happen, and
Right.
I really don't want them exposed either. So we have a lot to consider. But praise God, fortunately, no. We don't have
RV to
anyone.
Disney.
RV,
Hi.
oh, yay, Jackie is in the house. Yes, I know. Long time no chat. We were reintroduced to the world last Thursday,
Yes. Yes.
and we're back. And this
We're
is our
trying.
this is our
This
new
is-
digs for the moment, while
Yeah.
I'm still trying to get shelves and stuff put up in our studio in the Mickey room, in the Disney room.
So I think this is going to be interesting to see how this all works, but I think that it's going to. I just think Disney magic is Disney magic is Disney magic, and while there are methods and ways behind it, there is just something magical about what happens at Disney.
Yeah.
And so I think that it will be the front stage show will go and be very well received.
Yeah.
The backstage, they're gonna be like a duck. Nice, calm, and serene on top, pedaling like mad on the bottom, just to get to go where they're trying to be.
Yeah, and Hitchhiking Bones, Universal Studios has done a good job with their reopening. I'm sure they're happy to see what Disney World stay closed. Yeah, I'm sure they are.
Probably.
Which it doesn't let the crowds have been that huge, but they've been pretty good. The governor, of course, commended Universal on all that they had done, which was good. Ray Salton says we have a billboard on the interstate that says, "Is your faith hiding behind a mask?" or something similar to that. Yeah, right. It's like one of the things I've been telling our folks is to minister from behind the mask. And there's the church is not the building, the church is the people. And so I've been trying to really push that for these last 2.5 months. We've got folks out there making masks, bringing in food, making donations, putting together gift bags and sanitation packs, all kinds of different things that are still going on, even though we're not meeting in the church building proper. But so it's pretty cool to see how that plays out. But Greg said, "I'm good. Got the reservation right." Yep. So Greg's good because he's got Magic Kingdom and Epcot. Monarch Moment Garrett said, "I know YouTuber's brother-in-law got it last week. They live in Houston." Yeah, that's.
Wow. I don't. That's something else. Disney has its own magic. But the thought of Disney without fireworks and without parades and with limited stage shows.
It's not they're going to do the cavalcades.
The cavalcades.
The cavalcades.
Yes.
They're not going to do the parades that they've been doing, but they
Right.
are going to do the cavalcades.
And
Which sound like
I think that's going to be kind of cool.
Yeah, I do too.
I think that's going to be really neat to have almost hearkening back to the opening days where you had characters wandering around and
I think it's going to
the
be kinda
cavalcades, just kind of popping up and happening. And that was really kind of one of the neat things that happened to me. One of the last times that we went, I broke off for some reason or another, and I was by myself, and I was back up in the hub area, and I ran into Prince John and played checkers with Friar Tuck.
She comes back and goes, "Guess who I met?" I'm like, "What?"
I'm like, I was going there, and they were just there, and I took pictures with them, and
which last fall and into we were there in January. There were more character experiences out and about. Well, we saw Mickey and Minnie at Epcot over by
that was the International Gateway.
International Gateway.
It was great. Sean was coming over on the bus.
Yeah.
Rebecca and I had gone on the Skyglider.
I was on the bus.
And
feet planted firmly on the tire.
and Rebecca and I were waiting, and all of a sudden, just out from the International Gateway shop, here comes Minnie. And she's, and I mean, like instant line, but I was like the third person in line, and it was like at dusk, and it was magical because, wow, I didn't stand in line for hours and hours and hours. She just came.
She came up, and we
then
got
Mickey
great
was
pictures.
there about
It was like dusk.
Yeah.
You know, and they were just wandering around and about.
Yeah.
I mean, which is kind of one of the interesting things that I'm looking forward to seeing. And you know, don't take this the wrong way, guys. What I was going to say is, I love the college program. As a matter of fact, as far as I'm concerned, Becca will probably be in the college program. But Disney had become so reliant upon the college program, and the college program kids, some of them are amazing, and some of them just don't have a lot of skin in the game. They're here for 6 months, 9 months if they're international, and that's it. The cast members we're going to be seeing are paid. They are this is their bread and butter.
Well, and
this
not
is their
only that,
livelihood.
but if you're choosing to work at Disney, especially now, but if you're choosing to work at Disney, then you have a love for Disney.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a renewed magic. Honestly, I think there'll be kind of a renewed magic there.
And I think most of the college program kids, I mean, they really, really want to be there. They have that same kind of magic. But then there are those that are just there for the college program. They're just there so that they've got Disney College Program on their resume. And unfortunately, we've run into quite a few of those. And
of late, in the last
just
6 months or so, we really have.
You know, we try to just look over that.
Prior to the pandemic. Prior to the pandemic.
Yeah, we look over that and understand that they're college kids.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
You know, but
and they're going to have a different level of interest in buying than somebody who.
But I think you're going to see a definite. I don't know, just within the cast members, a more magical desire to be there.
Keep talking about the college program. I'm supposed to be doing homework right now. Okay, keep talking about the college program. But yeah, one of the things, going back to the COVID discussion just a little bit, is that there are drugs being used that are effectively treating it. And Autism Family said there was someone in Orlando, a young man with 3 children with pneumonia that's tested positive with it. And that's the thing. A lot of younger people, like I said, the deaths are not as high because it's impacting younger people. In the state of Florida, the median age right now for it is 41. So you normally don't die, you just get really sick. And that's not good either. But a lot of what we're seeing too in this area is the abdominal problems, the nausea and vomiting, stuff like that. Result of it. Yeah.
Mickey sightings.
Pepper Tree
Happy
Villa.
thoughts.
Yeah, Pepper Tree Villa.
Happy thoughts. Hey, Pepper
if you
Tree
just
Villa.
came in on that comment, guys, well,
Wow.
that was a good one to come in on. Kind of like one of that really good segue that Garrett made last night on their stream. If you guys were watching that, on what Disney animal pooped this. Okay, Amy owns Disney Trivia, and Monarch owns the most bizarre Disney games. I can just imagine Garrett going, I've got an idea.
What Disney animal pooped this? And it was like pictures of poop.
And the fact that you got those pictures
and like
of poop.
And one of them had like a tape measure.
A tape measure. And then the whole discussion was on what was the longest poop. And it was this woman in Cambridge.
It just spirals out
and
of
next thing you know,
there.
we're talking about this record-breaking poop. And Garrett goes, does anybody have anyone to add to the prayer list? And we're like, well, that was quite the segue. If you just pooped a 26, what was it? A 25 foot poop, you're in need of prayer.
Stacy, hi.
Hey, Stacy, good to have you. And we love your card.
Yes,
thank you so much. We shared that on our last stream. We just got it like a week and a half ago because it's been sitting in our, long story, post office box that we couldn't get our hands on. we thank you so much for the card, and you guys, and a lot of you guys have messaged us going, "Where are you? Are you guys okay?" And we're great. We've just been crazy busy.
And we appreciate it. And yes, Pepper Tree Villa, you are absolutely right.
You own Disney history.
You own Disney history.
Yes, Pepper Tree Villa owns Disney history. We're just along for the ride.
And like, you know, some of the most amazing Disney artifacts. I love, you know, you put on the little white gloves and you carefully
just
handle.
regular games.
we're just
they're bizarre.
Just,
no,
know,
some of them okay.
Okay, Boggle, yes. I've played
but
Boggle
what
before.
is the animal poop that? I don't know. That's a whole
and
new
let's
level.
see, the pie in the face one. And, what was the one with the headband where you were trying to eat the Hannah was great in that one.
The Hannah was awesome. And it's so cool. You know, we've all kind of been in the community now together. March was a year for us, and a lot of us kind of came on about the same time. And seeing our kids growing up, even like Hannah, seeing her changing, and I know you guys are seeing, you know, which we've hit preteen, so we don't see her as much. We don't see her very much either.
No.
But you know, she's growing up and changing, and just to see all that happening is really, really cool.
Everybody, and we just love our YouTube community. Y'all are just so much fun to be with and around. It just
checking both times I was in that chat. It was really funny. Yeah, it was wow. Wow. Yeah, talk about what you guys can just walk in on. But yeah, Pepper Tree Villa, you guys are awesome. You guys are amazing, and we've been trying to catch everybody's streams and stuff. And I think once the time changes or it starts getting darker earlier, we'll be in more of the night streams because we're out in the yard.
We're in the yard.
We planted a lot of plants this spring.
Well, what happens is
if we don't, we'll just have a big funeral procession in our backyard for all the dead plants.
Well, see, we like during the hot part of the day, we're inside, but that's at like 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. Well, nobody's on or nobody can pretty much watch then. So we don't jump on then. So we do our inside projects. And then around 7, 8 o'clock, it starts cooling off, you know, to the mid 90s.
Yeah. Humidity at, 8,000%.
Yeah, something like that. So it's like 9:30, 10 o'clock before we are actually coming in and we're like, oh, it's time for dinner.
So we can catch the West Coast folks.
Yeah.
because
we're staying up till 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning.
So it's crazy.
It's crazy.
But
it is crazy.
Rhonda says my tomato plant just shot up and it's almost to my shoulders. Oh, that's awesome.
That is fantastic.
But you were going to do your first live stream, 4th of July, and of course it's canceled. That's no good. That's no good. We were trying to make it very festive, 4th of July. The hydrogen bomb. Wow.
What?
So they built so you guys got a firework called the hydrogen bomb.
Oh, wow.
That should be interesting to see, guys. That should be, wow.
Stand back.
Somebody needs to build a giant dehumidifier for outside. Yes, Rhonda, yes.
I completely agree.
Yes.
We're and now, on top of all of this, now we're wearing double layered masks. Which just makes this so much more
fun. My glasses fog up.
Today
I had my doctor's appointment for my follow-up for my blood pressure. Thank you guys for continuing to pray for it. It was all good. Everything checked out good today. But I'm talking to my doctor, and the whole time I'm talking to her, all I can see is like half of her head because my glasses are fogged. So I kept doing this and doing this and doing this and doing this. So she was like, in focus, out of focus, in focus, out of focus.
Wax on, wax off.
Oh yeah, exactly, Garrett. They have got to view the hydrogen bomb going off. So fireworks are illegal in Massachusetts. Yeah, I had heard that, Stacey. Yeah. We've got a lot of church members that are from Massachusetts or have family in Massachusetts. So that's what I've heard there too. Yeah,
and Disney fireworks are some of my favorite thing. I loved Wishes.
Last 4th of July.
I love Happily Ever After. In fact, I mean, like, I know all the words. I know all the songs. I know what's coming up next.
We were watching Magic Kingdom play music while listening to that while we were setting everything up tonight. While dinner was cooking. Which I think I'm going to go check on that real quick.
Okay.
The buzzer went off. Let me check on that for just a minute here.
So we even watched a stream that we had done several months ago of Happily Ever After This was a few weeks ago, and I'm like partway through, I'm just like I'm crying because I miss seeing it, and I miss being there, and I love watching it on video, but the experience and the atmosphere and the feeling of being there is just something you cannot reproduce. And yet,
woo, this time we can eat.
Oh, we can eat this time. Hey, all right. You know, and yet that's one of the things that because people congregate for fireworks, that they're not going to do for the first initial opening, and that makes me kind of sad. I know they'll bring them back, and I know that they will be back eventually, and it'll all kind of get back to normal. And so that's one of the things that if people were coming for the very first time, I think that this would be
Not the time.
Maybe you'd have to come with a very large dose of a measure of
There's no way
understanding that this is Disney magic, but this is not the whole package.
Yeah.
And you know, oh yes, let's just run lots of water in the background. Our own fire, our own waterfall effects.
Well, as Susie chats along, I'm going to try to get a little bit of dinner a little bit further ahead, and then we'll go from there. I think Susie had something on the. You got something?
Oh yeah.
That would have, could have.
Yeah.
Bet you would have done it, but.
Not that we could ever top Garrett's game selection.
Oh, no way. Oh, and I closed it out. Wait a minute, I've got to go find it again. Okay, so Disney, would you rather? Would you? Y'all ready to play? We'll see. Here's one that is just right for tonight. Would you rather have magical ice powers like Elsa, let it go, or Tiana's cooking skills?
Cooking skills! Right now, cooking skills is coming
So-
handy.
Elsa's magical ice power or Tiana's cooking skills? I would like Sean to have Tiana's cooking skills. Actually, he's a really good cook. When the equipment works the
When the
right
equipment
way,
works.
when all the pressure stuff works the right way. Okay, so what do y'all think? I'm catching up on chat here. So Elsa's powers, which we watched a really cool documentary today on.
Yeah, that's
it was
that's the part.
only the first
So
episode,
you-
but it was about the making of Frozen 2.
Oh, that was
And
so
it was really neat to see down to the computer graphic animation and the singing and the orchestra. It was really cool. If y'all have Disney Plus, who doesn't? But if y'all have Disney Plus, then go check it out. It was really neat, and that's just episode 1. So I think they left off at 8 months before opening day
Yeah.
for the movie.
Yeah.
So RVing to Disney says the ice powers. See, that's kind of where I'm thinking I would go, simply because, ice melts. So I could create my own little snow flurry here in Florida and be cool outside and be able to work outside more. I could, since ice melts, anybody, I could just wall off. I could do some interesting science experiments in school. I think it'd be really neat to have that magical power. I think that would be awesome. Yeah, what was it? Power. Power. I think that was Prince John. It's not a very good Prince John, but Oh, Stacy, yes, please send me some snow. It won't make it here, but Snow. Rebecca actually, fun fact, Rebecca has never actually been in snow.
Well, I really haven't either, really, except for flurries.
And Sean has not actually been in
snow.
like lots of snow. Back in the 80s here, it snowed and stayed 2 inches on the ground. I, however, have been through a blizzard in North Dakota. I have seen and been in snow. Snow is fun and it's pretty, but yeah.
Yeah, you have to pick up the dog's
When
paws.
you have to wrap your dog's paws for them to go outside so their pads don't freeze to the ground, it's a little chilly. All right, so let's see. Oh, Monarch Moments. Snow. Elsa's powers. And yes, Sean and Rebecca, neither one of them have been really in snow. And every
I
year
had a Florida boy.
we actually one year, last year, we went up to visit my dad who lives in North Georgia, and the forecast was for snow flurries. Did it snow while we were there? Nope.
It's me.
Rebecca was all excited. She's like, maybe we'll see snow. And I'm like, maybe. Because my favorite part of snow is waking up the morning after it snows,
It was just
looking out of the window and seeing that everything is white and clean and clear and crisp, and the sky is that incredible blue, and it's just so amazing. And then you have to go drive in it.
It was like,
And yet, when we got up there, evidently we brought the Florida heat with us, and it was above average
it was like
temperatures.
80.
So while it was nice and it was in the high 70s in late November,
Yeah, Thanksgiving weekend.
it was Thanksgiving weekend, and yes, there was no snow. So we keep saying that we're going to take her to go see real snow. Real snow. One day. Next couple of years, maybe. Oh, yeah. Stacy says we can come and help shovel.
Oh,
See, that was never part of my favorite thing.
I would love to go up to Massachusetts.
But Massachusetts, I have been to Boston one time when I was a kid, and that's as much of Massachusetts as I remember. So we probably ought to get up to the New England, Massachusetts area sometime.
Becca voted for toast.
So I think what I'm hearing is mostly Elsa's ice powers, because anybody can read a cookbook, and you can make it taste like you want. Although
No.
I have to admit, Sean is a better cook than I am. I can hold my own, but Sean is
I won't.
throw a little bit of this or a little bit of that. Don't be careful.
I just want some of Charlie's apple pie.
Ooh, yes.
Charlie makes what looks to
Yes.
be amazing apple pie.
Apple pie. That sounds
Oh, yeah.
really good.
Oh yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
Are they
So
still coming in August?
let's see. Would you rather go on a magic carpet ride with Aladdin or fly with Peter Pan to Neverland? So would you rather ride on a magic carpet with Aladdin or fly with Peter Pan to Neverland?
Okay, Becca Bud, come get your dinner.
Let's see. What do y'all think? Riding on the carpet? Flying to Neverland. Oh, Noah says apple pie wins.
Apple pie wins. Yeah.
Oh, and especially apples from Mercier Orchard in Blue Ridge. Oh, those are some of
Rich,
the
Georgia.
best apples.
But we are going to get Georgia peaches.
We are going to get Georgia
next
peaches.
week.
The clingstones, that's the one, the stone is the middle pit, and clingstones are the ones that grab onto that pit and hang on. The flesh hangs on to the pit of the peach, and
Becca.
they're about to open up Freestone, which is what I like. And Freestone, the pit is still in the middle, but the peach around it, you don't have to like really work to peel off. And they're also usually a little softer and a little juicier, a lot juicier, in my opinion. So next week or so, I'll go up to Georgia and go get some clean Freestone peaches.
And make jam.
Oh, Dances with Goofy says apparently the peach crop is the best ever this year.
Awesome.
Ooh, that'd be awesome. And Stacy
Really
would
good.
like to fly on the magic carpet along with Michelle from Monarch Moments. So I think though I would rather fly. I would be afraid of falling off the carpet. No, carpet of course would go down and catch me, I would hope. But I would rather be able to fly and just be myself and go to Neverland and never have to grow up. And that sounds like wonderful. That would be fun. Although Captain Hook does shoot at you with cannonballs, which would not be fun. But you know, hey. I think we ought to just plan a YouTube progressive visiting vacation. What do y'all think? You can come and y'all can come to where we live, and then we'll go to where you live, and then everybody else will come with us to where you live. It's a YouTube progressive vacation. You know, when I was growing up, my parents used to do progressive dinners. Not for very long, only for a few years, and it was really only with the flight crew that my dad was in the Air Force, and it was with the people in his flight crew. But you would start at one person's house and have hors d'oeuvres, and then you would go on to the next person's house and have salad, and then you go for a main course, and then you go for dessert. It was really cool.
Oh, and Sawyer's in the house too. Awesome.
Well, we got through two.
Becca's been
What'd
doing
you
good. Now, Becca, come say hey to everybody.
Oh, you're fine.
You're fine.
You're fine.
You're
Come
fine.
say hey.
Just say hey.
You can just
She's like,
come.
I have my pajamas on, but her pajamas look like
You
outside
didn't have
clothes.
to tell them they were
Oh,
pajamas.
but she'll.
Hi.
See?
No.
No.
It doesn't look like pajamas.
Here, you can stand right behind
You're fine.
me. Right behind me. There we go. Hi. Yes.
Sorry I didn't brush my hair today.
See?
Yeah, Preteen. All right, putting everybody to bed. Pleasure hanging out. Ready, Set Autism. Good
Have
to
a
see
great
you.
night, guys.
I think
We love
we're
y'all.
actually gonna have dinner.
We're gonna have one more question.
Oh, one more
Let's do
question.
one more question.
Okay, one more question.
Amy, do you have trivia tonight? I know Amy's in the house tonight. Do you have
Let's
trivia?
see.
Sawyer said, let's see, Kelly said, I have 5 kids. Those cross-country flights aren't cheap. Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. Oh, I know. There was one in here that was fun. Oh, would you rather sing a song with Timon and Pumbaa, Hakuna Matata, or sing a song with Genie? You ain't never got a friend like me. So singing with Timon and Pumbaa, no worries.
Did you know that they have
Singing with
actually started
Genie.
a petition against Lion King using Hakuna Matata because they feel that it's defacing the Swahili language? I just had to bring
Folks,
a ray of
this is going
sunshine.
Way too far. Way too far. So singing with Genie, singing with Timon and Pumbaa.
And
Genie
Sean,
would-
it's so embarrassing. Well, you know, I call it like a
Yeah. Genie would definitely smell better.
fun bus. Yeah, Genie would smell better. That's right.
Timon and Pumbaa are kind of more like and fun.
Hey, Ben, good to have you with us
but,
tonight. Okay, so Arvine to Disney says sing a song with
With
Genie.
Genie.
Okay.
See, I think Genie.
Yeah, I do
I
too.
Yeah,
think Genie
because
would be
Timon-
fun.
Because Timon's speaks meerkat, and Pumbaa
True.
speaks
Warthog.
warthog, so you won't understand what they're singing.
So Robin Williams genie or Will Smith genie?
Ooh.
Will Smith.
Becca says Will Smith genie.
Becca says Will Smith genie.
I have to admit, I like Will Smith
I
genie.
do like Will Smith genie,
I do like Will Smith genie.
but I think I would have to go.
nostalgia,
I think I'd
Robin
have to go with
Williams.
Robin Williams genie.
Yeah.
I just really do.
Okay, so Hitchhiking Bone says, oh, jump. Sing with Timon and Pumbaa. All right.
Oh.
And Stacy says, I can't sing. If I had to pick, I'd pick Timon and Pumbaa. Noah says Genie. All right, so it's about half and half. So no trivia tonight, Amy said, but tomorrow night. hopefully.
Tomorrow night, get ready for trivia.
Trivia.
AJC Magic.
HSC Magic TV.
And I'll tell you, that trivia goes fast.
Yes, it does.
And it's hard.
Will Smith okay, Kelly says Will Smith. And
Hitchhiking
Hitchhiking Bone says Robin Williams. Oh,
Hands down.
hands down. Genie has more props. Robin Williams, Genie forever. Yep. All right. So that's per
Well,
Jackie.
Genie does
She's-
have more props.
Yeah, Genie does
Yeah,
have more props.
That is true.
Yeah,
But you know, Timon and Pumbaa, they could stand on their own without props.
that's true too.
You know.
Yeah.
I'd still sing with Genie,
Once-
and I'd still sing with Robin
the only
Williams.
issue,
Genie.
once they work the bugs out of it. Amy says I prefer Robin Williams Genie, but Will Smith was good. Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He did do it. He did do a good job.
Will Smith made Genie into his own, which I really liked.
Yeah,
I
Ron
liked
said
that he
love the
didn't try to
story how-
just copy Robin Williams Genie because Robin Williams was just Robin Williams.
I was like Rhonda said, the story of how Rob Williams was discovered. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of the actors and comedian stuff back then were just like well, as a matter of fact, we were watching a little story
Yeah.
video. I'll get the word out in a minute.
Yes.
Video on Song of the South today.
Oh,
When
uh-huh.
Disney was and the little black boy that plays in it, they found him on the playground at his school.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
just discovered
he
him
was-
right there on the playground.
There he was.
You know, and so yeah, it's interesting how people are met and get to be big stars.
So yeah, you know, Robin Williams just seemed like he was just always just all over the place. And
Yeah.
that's kind of how my brain works sometimes, just all over the place. It's not as funny, but it's just kind of all over the place.
Yeah, it's not as funny. There's very little humor to it.
Well, when Sean walks out and picks up the painter's tape that was sitting on the
What's the word?
canopy and
On our back deck.
and he picks it up and looks at me like, you know why this is
What
here?
is
And I'm
this
like,
here?
Oh yeah, we've got to use that to tape off Rebecca's bathroom that we're redoing.
That has been
And we're
sitting there
repainting.
outside in the elements for 3 days.
Two.
Good night, Amy. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow night.
So, oh my
I wonder how
goodness.
Arnold Schwarzenegger would have been as a genie. Oh, a train wreck. I'm thinking train wreck.
I just
Oh,
don't
that
think
would not have
I
gone
just
so
don't think
well.
that would have gone well.
Yes, Goofy says,
Pepper Tree, good to see you.
good to see you guys. Good
He's
to see you,
heading
Pepper
out
Tree.
for-
Ben's
for his
heading out
stream,
too.
so-
All right.
Yep.
We'll see you guys in a little bit. Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to jump off too, so we
we're
grab
gonna
dinner.
jump off- grab dinner.
Is
Dinner is
served.
served. Be our guest. Be our guest. Put our service to the test.
Put a napkin around your neck, Sherry, and we'll provide the best. Super sure, hot hors d'oeuvres. All we do is live to serve. Try the great stuff. It's delicious.
Don't believe me? Ask the dishes.
We'll sing and dance. Okay.
After all, Miss Mrs. Fox.
Da-da.
God.
Yeah.
So anyway, love you guys. Thank you so much. And I'm going to be probably doing a few more videos over the course of the week leading up to 4th of July because I'm doing that with our church as well and celebrating the 4th. And of course, you guys know Walt Disney himself loved
America.
Loved America. He once said, what was it? He saw red, white, and blue through the lens of his eyes. You know, that's just who he was. And he celebrates America. America is so well represented at Walt Disney World.
Yes.
And so I did some videos last year. I'll probably kind of re-show those, but also talk about it just a little bit more about some of the history and some of, especially there in at Magic Kingdom, a lot of the history, Disney and American history that's there at Liberty Square.
Yep.
So,
Sounds good.
okay,
So be
you're
watching-
singing that show once a week.
So be watching for that. And who knows? Since
Yeah,
we're set
yeah.
up in here, we might do something on the piano.
Oh, we could do that.
We could do a piano
We
thing.
could do a piano thing. That would be fun. Stacy said, song and dance show. Monarch says, keep going, Sean. No, keep going.
That's okay.
Till the spires, travelers, as Shiking Bone says. You guys have a great night.
Have a good night.
And we
Thanks
love
for
you.
joining us.
And thank you for hanging out with us tonight. And never lose sight of this one thing.
It
It was all started by a mouse. Have a great day. See
night,
you real
y'all.
soon. Bye.
That was fun.